Patreon member shout out. 3 months of winter coolness and awesome holidays. We kept our hoovesies warm at home, time off from work to play. But the food we stored is running out, we can't grow in this cold. And even though I love my boots, this fashion's getting old. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. You guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. And comment down below if you believe in the winter wrap-up that we are having. Sorry, first day of spring, had to do it. So there's a lot that has been going on in the Omi Veve world. First of which was yesterday, there was a space that Cavell Anderson had put on, and listen to the reasons why he named it. Originally, Veve is dying. Let's talk about it. So a lot of what people do in general, again, there is a reason why Cavell Anderson has twice as many followers on Twitter and I think twice as many subscribers on YouTube, is just because he does draw people in with those titles and then hits them with knowledge. I wasn't sure at first who was hosting the space. I was like, oh lordy, let me go in there. So I go in, and then suddenly the conversation is actually not about Veve dying. It's about how a lot of people are still, at least the speakers are talking about how a lot of people are being a little silly, selling at the lows, buying at highs, selling at the lows. So I have been fasting for about 39 hours right now, just to wash away those sins. I told everyone about that yesterday. Anywho, Frank Kozik really came in there and kind of gave it to everyone, saying like a lot of people that are complaining, that think that things should be done really quickly, really don't know the true extent of how the people that work at Akomi are working 100-hour weeks plus for every single one of them. Now, I imagine that's just mostly the team. I imagine the people that are doing the, I don't know, like the designs that just work like a normal full-time job for them are probably the ones that are just working normal 40-hour weeks. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they are giving overtime. Maybe they're on salary. Maybe they get paid regardless whether they finish a project or whether they're at sick. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I do know that Akomi has been hiring. They hired one marketing manager person, or at least they had an ad out for it, and they did hire a whole new little studio. And basically what they're doing, in my opinion, is trying to keep up with demand. I don't mean demand just from us, saying more collectibles, more collectibles. Again, most people, there are some people that are saying, oh, hey, we don't need this many golden moments. Again, those people really don't know how many other major Disney people are out there that are ready to come in. But the demand, I mean, from the licensors saying like, hey, you announced us, let's say Capcom, back last year, 2 years ago, and you haven't had anything. Maybe they're waiting on something like that. Just because the team is so small, and part of their team, I think one of their offices was in Ukraine. Unsure if that's still there. I know Earth 2 has had that as well. We literally had a dev that was from Earth 2, office in Ukraine, with literally traded in their keyboard for weapon fighting. Again, I'll try to keep everyone posted on that as we get going. Check out my most recent video with Arya Investments. That was a podcast that I had with him. If you want to learn more about Earth 2, how he has $1 million in digital land, how he's going to take some of that and buy some land in the Veveverse when that's available. That's another thing. We do have a Veve update from David, from Dan. I do believe it was recorded on Friday of last week, and we will get that probably within the next 48 hours. I would say latest would be Wednesday afternoon. So we'll, depending on when you're watching this video, it could be 48 hours, could be less, who knows. But there is a chance we get it today. There is a chance we get it tomorrow. A lot of things that I think they'll go over, I actually have written down. Probably an update on MTL, how many of those people will be renewed, not renewed. Let's say 1,000 more people are rolled in each week, give or take, to start, and then 5,000, 10,000, give or take. Then exchanges, most likely an update on that, seeing where the timelines are going. And then we would have maybe updates on the web app, seeing, again, they wouldn't have to go and complete one thing first before starting the next. The web app, I assume, is being worked on. I imagine Omi to NFT, the Veveverse, localization, all of that. And I do think that after localization, we do get that, the P word. I do have, for those of you that don't know, the P word is known as Pokemon. I do have a bet with Mr. Pags, aka Henry Pagaduka, about when I think it'll be announced. The announcement he thinks will take place by May 4th of this year. I think it won't be announced until after. Again, just because we have an announcement, let's say like Pan's Labyrinth or Jim Henson and the Muppets, something that we have announced last year, we haven't gotten yet, I'm 100% okay with. I think that they need to take their time, do whatever they need to do. But again, those are some of the things that I think that are going to be announced. I think that they might have maybe some update on an OMI utility article or a master collector program. I think that'd be really great. Another way to ask questions, whether it be for here or on Twitter, is going to be on the app. Also, if you take a look at the consensus of people on the app versus Reddit versus Twitter, it kind of gets worse and worse as you go along. On the app, things seem to be generally positive. I have asked people, hey guys, are you buying or selling right now? Comment down below. So C. Kakir says, I'm not selling. I'm only selling if I need gems for another drop. My portfolio has gone down 70%, but I never thought about selling. I'm thinking long term. BitDoc Rider says, I think people are expecting a big MTL update this week, which they might. Sergey says, bought most of my stuff during the last 1 month. Looked like the right time to buy in. Again, the bottom does seem to be pretty close, if not here already. OMI has gone down to 0.002829. So at this point, I have lost on paper over $650,000. Am I tripping? No. There was one guy that I read his tweet of the other day. I think his name was Harris, who has put in $2 million and he had lost over 60%. So he's obviously lost more than I have. Patrick Rodriguez super chatted me yesterday saying that he has invested $800,000 between Akomi and Veve. Nobody is really tripping. They are fine. They're accumulating more. Why? Because it's a great project. A lot of people that really are new to the blockchain and really are just here for the first time. Okay, well, take a look at a project that is associated with Disney. Oh, hey, that happens to be us. The project that has the first 3D digital collectible Batman and Spider-Man on. Oh, happens to be us. Marvel, United States Postal Service. Again, there's really a lot of reasons to go into this. Just my opinion. There was some person that said, hey, we don't really have an option to cash out. I said, well, I mean, you do. You could go on a Telegram or Twitter and ask for an escrow. The company does not endorse that. They say that because you could get scammed. And again, use a trusted escrow. Be like me, Foster Hill, etc. Anyone that's really in the public eye. If you are going to do something, if you say, hey, I got bills, I need to do something, I need to pay rent, and you really do need the money, by all means, will help. But for the most part, there was somebody, I forget his name, that said like, oh, it's like go on Telegram, it's like going to like a shady back alley to do a deal. On Twitter, it's the same thing. It's like going to somebody that you don't trust. Like, okay, well, you do have, doesn't mean you don't have two options. One option is to hodl, and by all means do that. And the other, which I'm not going to say do or don't do. Of course, I'm hodling, and look at all the other smart people that are not just hodling, but are continuing to accumulate. And then the other option is to, take a discount to be able to cash out and sell your gems or sell your collectibles for a discount, because that's what the going rate is. So don't act like there's not two options available. There are two. One is more likable than the other, depending on the person you are. So anyway, moving on to this. Thinking about, J.M. Lemmy says, thinking about selling for a $47,000 loss, but on the fence. Buying and holding, of course. That was a reference to somebody on Facebook that did sell their entire account, not the account, all the stuff that was on the account, for a $47,000 loss. Obviously, they bought up in January, or unless they were poolside, they bought in January, and then they sold down here, kind of the buying high and selling low, which is absolutely ridiculous. I really don't understand that from people. I think that this is more, again, a lot of people that have been here before, a lot of classic seasoned investors know that this type of thing is a buy and hold, especially if you've invested in tech before. 007 NYC says, buy the dip. Weejo says, waiting for the top to buy. Selling everything right now. A lot of these guys are really crazy and funny. Aaron's Fire bought a Walt, an Acid, a few Golden Moments, and a bunch of comics. The dip has been good. Also, from Heritage Auctions, on the cover this month was a Fantastic Four Secret Rare, a Fantastic Four #1 with that Secret Rare cover. And not only that, but it was graded a 9.2. So Heritage Auctions is pushing big comics this month. So either this month or next month, we will see a push for that in the real world, the physical world. I think some of that will translate over into the comic book world. A lot of stuff tends to take its time. Jay Bez says, I guess everything what I like has been bought. So we have a lot of people on the Veve app where I asked that question. People are commenting, and they're very, very bullish. People on Twitter are kind of split, and they're like that one jury member in 12 Angry Men where they go and say, oh, hey, I agree with the last person that spoke. That kind of those kind of people. And what you have there is a lot of people are either bullish and accumulating, or they're upset that there are delays, there's no exchanges. Again, it's not, we could get exchanges pretty much whenever we want. We are on the Ethereum blockchain right now via Immutable X, but I do think the team might be waiting for us to have a little utility. there's not too much of a point on going and getting crazy major exchanges unless we do have at least some form of utility, which again should be addressed over in the video that we get this week. And then if you go to Reddit, Reddit is just cancer. I get told to kill myself minimum 2 times a week on Reddit, but it is a hub where a lot of people do go, so I will still post videos over there. On Telegram, I'm not really sure. I only associate with a few people on Telegram. One is in whale chats, one is somewhere else. The sentiment on a lot of the whales is just that a lot of them just check in every month. How's everything going? Oh, good, great. See you all next month. And that's pretty much it. A lot of people that are in there did buy at 0.00003. So, 4 zeros, they have already gone, and they have, 100x at this point. So a lot of them have taken a little bit of profit, or at least taken their initial investment out. The rest is just riding. And again, the rest of them have a lot more than me, hundreds of millions, if not billions for some of them. And on top of that, again, OMI is down right now. We do have low volume, again, because Bitmart doesn't really have a crazy following. I think some of the other exchanges that we might see might be the same as Bitmart over the next couple of months. I do believe by the end of the year, as we get more exchanges, we will have something like a KuCoin, Kraken, Gemini, or maybe even a Coinbase or a Binance. We do have a lot of connections over at Coinbase because the people that we're partnered with are also partnered with Coinbase. And again, that relationship between David Yu and CZ should mean that we have a Binance again at some point as well. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. And everyone please check out at HeyDavidDon, at KingMavsForever over on Twitter, Standoff Chart, King Mavs, and ChottyCat5 over on the Veve app. Kobe Collects, OnlyPlayer1 over on YouTube, RayThax.eth domain name. Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Steve Las Vegas, Taps, Trades, Mars, Davis, Legacy, Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, The Gale, Veve Darklink, and Veve Vibes all on the YouTube. And then you got at WhatWizardVeve and Gary O at 1234CA3 all on the Twitter. I love you. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. I'm so hungry.